And also, this is basically my first time ever doing outreach.
Yeah,
Like, I've never done it
I
on
figured
Discord
as
before.
much, bro. So
Like, I done it like through text, but it's not very efficient, obviously, like through
honestly,
text.
Kane, I think.
Hello, I'm Fib.
Oh, hi, Fib. That's a dope name. Listen,
Thank
Fib.
you.
Kane and I here, vegans, we're animal rights activists. Curious if you'd like to talk to us about something.
Vegans, I eat meat.
Hell yeah, perfect. You're exactly the type of person we're looking to speak with.
Go ahead.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, can you tell me why you have this sort of double standard where you'd gobble up animal meat but not like little baby human being meat?
They have a brain. They can make choices. They have, plans. They can execute it. They can do math. They have a soul. They're a person. And they don't taste nice. Probably. So, not gonna eat human flesh. That's my mind and my opinion. When it comes to my religion, because I'm religious, I can't eat them. There you go.
What's your religious belief?
Islam.
Oh, you're Muslim. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What? How familiar are you with like halal practices?
What do you mean by halal practices? Elaborate.
The slaughter of a animal in a manner that is deemed morally permissible by Allah. So halal practices would be practices which fall between these guidelines, right? It's slaughtering an animal in a way that God approves of.
Yeah. Like for example, sheep's. There's a certain way that you gotta cut its head off. Qurban lillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm not really familiar about how you do it, but I'm familiar there's gotta be a way, and there's certain foods or things that you can't eat. Like for example, you can't eat ham because basically, donkey, not donkey. Sorry, I mean pigs. They're they eat mud and really nasty shit, and that's not good for you.
Mhm.
And what about? Let's see, I think donkey, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure.
When it comes to
And there's others and others that you can't eat.
okay, when it comes to these halal practices, it seems to be like appealing to the welfare of these individuals, like as if animals deserve to be treated in a manner that is uncruel and especially kind. Do you think that's like why God brought down halal practices?
Yeah. Wait. Do you mean like? Wait. Could you repeat that again? I didn't
Yeah,
really
no
get it.
problem. So like the way I understand what you've described to
Yeah.
me, it seems like we're taking these precautions because there's something about animals that makes them deserving of us being precautious about how we treat them before we slaughter them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before you said like you gave me reasons as to why you wouldn't consume a human being, and there were things like we have a soul, we have brains, we can make choices, we can do math, etc.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is true about animals that God sees that makes him value them so that such that he would make us be precautious about the way we slaughter them? Like, they have values, uh, moral values, such as like having brains, making choices, having souls, etc. Or like, why should we care about animals the same way?
All right. So there's difference between your opinion and God's opinion and whatever He wants. I'm not gonna question why we slaughter them in a way. There is a reason. I'm just not sure and not confident.
Sorry,
You
that's not
can
what
look
I'm
for a reason.
asking. I'm just saying like
I
not why
Yeah,
do we slaughter
but let
them one
me.
way over another. I just want to clarify my question, but
Yeah, and I that's what I'm saying. I don't know why there isn't any other way. I'm just saying there got to be a reason for this way. I'm not gonna
well,
say, oh, you know what? There's another way this way.
that's why I'm
There got to be
interrupting.
a reason. It's for
I'm not
for
asking why we
yeah.
don't do it another way. I'm asking, like, do we do it this way because animals have moral value? And what is that moral value?
No, they're an am of Allah. They're creation of Allah. We're supposed to treat them the way that the Sunnah interprets and Prophet Muhammad what he did and what he educated us to do. That's the best way to do it, which is to follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to follow our book, which is the Quran. The way we do it is the way the Prophet does. We're not gonna question or like say do they have moral values? No, they don't. They're not like us or jinn. We were made out of salsal, and the jinn were made out of nar, right? And the animals are not like us. Even Allah, He explains Himself. The animals are not like us. He gave us brain. He gave us a heart, and He made us have what is called a nasya, which is a part of the human body where it make choices. Unlike animals, that's what makes us especially like different from animals. We have something called a nasya. You can look it up. It's a part of the brain where it makes you choices, and that one what is like made us more valuable and why we're supposed to kill them in a certain way because there got to be a reason mostly, but what I'm saying is animals is for human consume for energy and blah blah blah. There's got to be a reason. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure why we kill them. I'm not sure why we eat them because there's other foods and type of foods like plants
Right.
like apple, orange, but
Dates
there's got to be a
right.
reason why there's animals and why we
Dates
eat
and
them.
water,
Yeah, dates and water and yogurt and milk,
Sure.
etc.
Yeah, I'd implore you to, like, I think it's an important question, or maybe, like, I don't know if you find it to be disrespectful, but to me, I find it to be a curious question, to wonder why, like, we would have this, separate seeming moral value for non-human animals. One
What do you
thing,
mean? What do you mean by non-human? And
animals that aren't humans.
oh, okay.
So like one thing I'm not going to do is like try and change your religious beliefs, and that's where your beliefs regarding animal consumption like are predicated on. So
Yeah.
I'm more interested as an animal rights activist speaking to you about things that are kind of on the periphery of halal methodology, and these are things like the dairy and egg industry. Are these things that you're familiar with?
What is it again?
The dairy and egg industries.
No, I'm not familiar with it. What is it?
Just like the industries that create things like dairy milk, dairy byproducts, eggs and byproducts.
All right.
Okay. These are products that you consume, right?
Yeah.
Are you aware of any like with like slaughter? I know there are guidelines. For example, you're supposed to speak an Arabic phrase before you slaughter an animal. You're supposed to prevent this animal from being seen and seeing other animals in distress while they're being slaughtered. You're supposed to hide the knife from the animal, etc. Do you know of any like halal guidelines for the way we like procure eggs or milk?
I don't think there is one. There's no such thing as getting or trying to do something like, for example, getting an egg in a halal way, because it's like just giving birth to a baby, except that it's an animal, it's an egg, and you can cook the egg.
Sure. Yeah. I know.
You don't need a certain way. And like, for example, yogurt is mentioned in the Quran.
Mm.
For us, it's for our consumption.
So
There isn't any certain way that you need to get it. You just get it the way it's intended to,
just naturally.
which is getting milk and then getting the extras of milk. And there you go, you have yogurt. That's all. You don't need a certain way with that.
Yeah,
Mm.
say we take like a especially like industrial way where we have to like forcibly impregnate the chickens or the cow. Does this still like fall within a halal guideline? Because like what you seem to be saying is as long as it's done in a natural way, like let's say a mother cow had her baby and she's lactating, and you take that, that's like your like something that God has provided to you from His creation. But it would seem if I like took that mother
Yeah,
cow
yeah.
and like
If you
put
want milk or yogurt, you can get it.
sure, you're not being very specific. So like there are ways you can get it naturally, sure. And then there's ways like such as artificially inseminating a cow. Do you have any issues with that?
No, I don't. I don't actually.
Okay. You think it's perfectly halal to jerk off a male bull and then insert that into um, the anal
I
cavity of
mean,
a female cow? You think God would look at you
Wait,
and
can
be
I add
like,
something to the conversation?
Muhammad did that or something? Because I don't think
sorry.
Muhammad wasn't running around fisting cows' anuses. No, I don't think that's very pious. Like before, you were like, just do things a natural way. Just take from God's creation. But this seems to be an
Yeah,
abomination
yeah,
to forcibly
yeah, yeah. We're
impregnate
supposed to
others.
respect animals in a way that they're supposed to do stuff like natural stuff, and it doesn't say that you can just impregnate the cow. No, we don't do that. Either way, that's pretty weird in itself. I think that's really awful. Even it's haram on females to have such thing as impregnate himself herself, which is a thought in the Nabi we call
You
them.
would take the thing back you said flippantly when you were just like when I asked you if you have an issue with artificial insemination, you would walk that back now and say that you do have an issue with
Yeah, but
artificial insemination now.
what do you mean by that? Like, you gotta elaborate more.
Oh, no problem. Artificial
Like,
insemination is insemination done unto another being. So insemination is just like the act of like inserting sperm into another individual. So like animals can inseminate themselves when they have sex, or human beings can inseminate animals artificially. And when we say artificial insemination, we are referring to the insemination of others via a human being.
from a human being, no. If a human being, no, they can't do it. If an animal, yeah, it's the natural way it's supposed to happen. Same thing with humans. You can't just get another human sperm and then just put it inside of a woman.
I
There's got to be
definitely
a,
agree.
like,
So
married and
the
something.
reason
Yeah.
I'm speaking to you about this specific practice is it falls outside of the guidelines of halal. And earlier when I was speaking to you, I was trying to understand if there's some reason we should respect the lives and bodies of animals. And I think at the very least I understand that we should respect them because they're the creation of Allah. And I'm curious, you buy dairy and eggs, yeah?
Wait. I'm gonna be right back. Just give me a moment. I gotta
Yeah,
do
no
something.
problem, bro. Yeah, no problem.
I was about to tell you, Manda. I wanted to add something to the conversation, but when he's back, okay.
Yeah, no problem, bro. You know, you can start off there, and then I can come back to this because I think I'm not being clear enough, anyways. So I don't mind if we take a bit of a tangent.
All right.
Go for it. When he comes
But
back,
what I wanted to say is that,
just jump in.
all right, something I wanted. Hey, Feb,
Yeah.
something I
Go
wanted to
ahead.
add to the conversation is that um
Hmm.
nowhere in the Quran it says that to be it is obligatory to eat animal products to be a Muslim. So I think it really just comes to your conscience. Like, do you think that do you think Allah wanted you to defile his creations? Like when he was
You don't know the verse where it talks about that an'am is for the people for your consumption? Like, you can eat animals. We have like a lot of verses pointing out that. Wait, let me pull up one for you.
Sorry, we, or at least I'm very familiar with the Quran expressing to us that it is permissible to eat animals.
Yeah.
That's not what Kayn is saying. He's saying the Quran doesn't express to us that it is impermissible not to eat animals, right? So like if you were to be a vegan and you know you're there on the day of Qiyamah, God is not going to be upset that you didn't consume any animal products. That's all Kayn is saying.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no problem with that. You can be
do you
vegan how much
think
you want, but you're
that's what
just
yeah.
starving yourself. This is like you're starving yourself. You need meds, and if you were back then, let's say like in the times of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you don't have such thing as meds or pills that would help you. So you're just basically killing yourself without even realizing that, which is haram
So
to kill yourself.
I wanted to tell you something. Do
Yep.
you think we all know that animals are like these animals are conscious, so um my question to you is do you think that since Allah says not to eat pigs, do you think that he would like what do you think is more halal, eating a like a plant-based diet or eating a animal? What do you think is like
Eating an
the
animal,
like why though?
protein, and a fat, so you can be fulfilled with your needs.
Do you think do you think Allah would think that it would be more permissible to slaughter a cow than to just eat like vegetables and fruits? Like I
Yeah,
don't
why not? Is there something wrong with that? You just eat. You're
well
human. They're animal. There's differences. Even Allah says that there is differences between us and animals. In a lot of verses, if you want me, I can give you the verses.
he
Because
created
there you
animals
go.
and
Yeah,
I don't think that he wanted anyone to defile
yeah, but
or
you're
how to say
misconfusing. You're
his
misconfusing
creations.
that his creation should be touched. In that case, then the disbelievers, the kuffar, should be drinking a single water if this life was worth anything to Allah. Because this life is not worth anything. You eating animals does not hurt Allah, does it? No, it doesn't. It's His creation. He can create how much he wants. Like animals could be like an infinite amount of number, doesn't it? It's not gonna affect him, right? So if he made it permissible and it doesn't affect him, how is that not permissible? And how does that hurt God? If it's good for you, if it's nice, if it tastes good, there's nothing wrong with it.
So since you acknowledge that animals are conscious, like do you acknowledge that they can feel things, they have experiences,
Yeah.
um they can maybe have a moral agency?
Wait,
Um
wait. What? The last
do you
part? I
think
didn't
that
get it.
some because there's like videos like where animals are like I don't I think some animals can obviously like I don't think all animals can have moral agency. So you acknowledge that animals can at least think, right?
What do you mean by think? Like elaborate. Like do you mean like think like a human or
Think,
think like think?
feel pain,
Well,
feel
yeah, they're
good.
they're definitely going to feel pain and good. That is a thing, yeah.
So why is it halal to just like inflict pain on others
By
instead
the
of
way, we
just
all
eating
gonna die. We're all gonna feel pain. You already feel pain. That doesn't change the fact,
because
it's halal or not halal.
we already acknowledged that in Islam it isn't there's no verse or anything like that that says that you can't be vegan or vegetarian or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you cannot be vegan. I'm just saying, I'd rather prefer be,
So do you think it
like
just
the
comes off
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam than just be a vegan because there's no point to it. I'm not hurting God. The animal is gonna die. It's gonna have just a normal life and then it will die because it's not going to be, Allah wouldn't judge an animal because it cannot be even judged. The animal wouldn't affect anyone. Only bears and lions. That's when okay, we can kill them because they could put a lot of danger to humanity. But if you're talking about a normal cow, what would it affect? It wouldn't affect anyone. The
it
whole
would affect
purpose of
them
creating this
it would
cow,
what do
listen,
you
listen,
mean it wouldn't affect anyone? The
it
it
wouldn't
would
it
affect
wouldn't
the person.
affect anyone. Okay, sure,
It
you
would
may
affect
say
their
the
life.
like the life and everything and trees and the whole nature. I don't care about nature because this whole life is going to end either way. We have like there's an end to life, so we're not gonna say oh it will affect nature because this life is already gone. It's just a matter of time and waiting. I'm just saying that why
So
would
why
I
do you
not just eat that cow that was made for the main purpose of just human consumption and just be vegan? That's my point. You can be vegan. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, oh, no, you shouldn't be vegan. It's not going to change. There's not going to be a difference between you or the person who eats meat. The difference is in the day of judgment is upon your faith. It's not upon what do you eat, except for ham, and of course, following the Quran. And what do
so
you
you
do
just
in
said
real
that
life, it doesn't matter.
yeah, I agree that that we're all gonna that there's just a matter of life is just like a we're I don't know what you were trying to say there, like that we're all gonna die one day.
We're all
So
going to die. Everything, and it's not just
so
us, it's
why
everything will die.
Okay, yeah. So why choose to inflict pain on others?
I'm not inflicting pain on anyone. It's an animal. The whole purpose of it is to be eaten.
How is their purpose to be eaten?
Does it have a
Do you
consciousness like
not think?
humans?
Wait,
Wait, does it
have you
have a
ever seen
consciousness like
videos?
humans and think about like humans and understand like humans?
Do you think
No.
animals want to die? Like I'm. Where's your proof of that? That they want to die? I
Animals
don't
don't
think they want to die.
animals,
There's
I'm not saying
literally
they want to die. When did I say they wanted to die? I said their whole purpose, Allah made them for the humans to have human consumption. They got to be a source. Like what's wrong with an animal having a source? There's no problem with eating plants. All right, sure. But what about animals? You know, oh no, animals is bad, everything. Okay, what about plants then?
What do you mean? What about plants?
What about plants?
They don't feel
Because they
pain.
don't look like they're alive, because you think that they're not alive, like
There's a
that's how
difference
you can eat
between
them?
there's a difference between intelligence and sentience. So I don't think it's the same to stab a human as it is to destroy a computer. Like I don't understand your point there.
Destroy wait, stab a human? You're not gonna stab a human.
Do you seriously think plants feel pain? Like where's your proof of that?
Animals are not human. Humans are different than animals,
There's a
and
difference
my
between
proof is the
intelligence
Quran.
and sentience.
Listen, my religion says something, I follow it. If you're gonna
Okay,
ask
plants
for
have
proof,
brains.
I'm just gonna
Plants
give
have
you
brains.
ayat. I'm just gonna give you verses. You don't like it, that's your issue.
Do
I'm
you
not
think
trying to argue or anything. I'm just telling you. What I'm trying to say is my religion says something. You know, you can eat animals. It doesn't say no, you have to eat animals or you're obliged to, and it's prohibited for you to be a vegan. It's just saying if you want to and if you need to, you can eat animals. It never said that you know what? The only thing you can eat is you eat animals. Or
okay,
like, you know
so
what? You can't
okay,
stop eating animals. It doesn't say that.
okay, so you don't have to eat animals, and you know
Yeah.
that they feel pain. So why are you choosing to inflict pain on others?
I'm not
Because
inflicting
it's
pain.
based
They're animals. They don't have a consciousness like humans. They're not like humans. They're different. You're not getting my point. It's like
on
saying, "Oh, you know what? A cockroach, they have feelings. They have a mindset. You know what? They're alive. Do they have dreams? No. They don't have dreams.
so I
Are they
definitely
like
agree that there's
humans? They're not.
that everyone has a value. Like do you agree that like a 18-year-old adult is probably more worth than a cockroach? Like yeah, you agree that there's a value to all of us, right? Like some
Yeah, of
things
course.
like some
There's got
okay
to be
yeah,
values, of course.
but the
Human
thing
life
is
is more valuable than an animal's life.
so let's say that so do you acknowledge that there's some people who are like probably like severely mentally disabled to the point where they're like an animal, they have the intelligence of an animal.
Yeah, and they're still a human.
So what is the difference right there? Like name the
They
trait
have a
that
dream. They have dreams. They have goals.
name the trait right there that justifies not stabbing those people to death, but not
They're
stabbing
humans.
pigs to death, or like or stabbing a cow
They're
to death.
humans.
So you're
You're
basing
not
it off
getting my
based
point. This certain species called humans, and these certain species are called animals. These
do
kind of
you think it
species are
is
not like the others. You
do you
get it?
think it is do you think it is morally permissible to stab dogs to death for food?
What?
Do you think it is morally permissible to stab dogs dogs for food because they're not the same species as us? So what is the
Dog?
difference right there? Yeah.
Why would you stab a dog?
Why would you stab a pig?
Why would
Why
I
would you
stop a
stab
what?
a cow? Why would you stab a chicken? Like what
A
is that?
a dog is different. You can't eat them. The things that you can eat is permissible. A dog, it's you can have it as a pet, but not inside of your house. And either way, if you don't know, in Islam, if you let's say you have a cat, like a horse, for example, and you take care of it, this is deeds for you. You're getting deeds out of this. You're taking care of cows,
I
and
don't think
you're
Islam
getting
says
deeds.
that
That's a sunnah.
stabbing
That's not
any
in the
dog is
Quran.
morally
It's a sunnah. It's a sunnah to take care of a horse,
okay,
and it's
where
a
does
sunnah to
it say
take
anything
care of
about
a
dogs?
cat.
Well,
dogs are najis. They're najis. They can't have them inside of a house. Listen, dogs, you can't have them inside of a house because literally the angels would get out of the house. They're najis. You can't have them as guards. Yeah, they can guard the house outside of that, outside of a house, not inside of it.
I
So
don't
you're saying a
understand
dog.
how that. I don't understand how that. Just because someone can be in a house. So, do you think it's okay to kill a whole
No,
bunch
you
of people
can't
because they
just
can't live?
step and just a dog randomly. There's got to be a reason.
There's stray dogs, right? Like,
Yeah, we know stray dogs. We know them. There is. We
s-
have them here. And
I don't understand why is someone not being allowed to be in the house? Uh, why does that make it okay to stab them to death for food?
who said that you can stab dog to death if you don't? Where does it say that?
You said that just because something can't live in a house, like you're talking about
I didn't say.
domestication.
I
So
just said that the dogs you shouldn't just stab them. You can have them as guard dogs. That doesn't mean you can just put them inside of your house. I just said that you can't just put them inside of your house. You can put them as guard dogs. But you can't just
okay, so
randomly just come up
I
to a
may
random animal that
understand
you
what I
cannot
mean.
even eat and then you just stab them for no reason, just for
Okay, so
fun.
I understand that. I mean,
That's
you're
just
just
being a
misunderstanding.
psychopath.
What is the difference? How does that make you?
You're,
How does that make you
if you
psychopath for
stab a
stabbing
dog
them?
or you stab a human, you're just being a psychopath because you're thinking, "Oh my god, this is so much fun." You're just why would you kill an animal for not even you're not even eating it. You're just killing it because you want to have fun, which is not permissible.
And so it is proven by it is has been proven multiple times already that we can perfectly thrive, and there might even be some health benefits to eating a fully plant-based diet. And
Okay, and
so why? What do you mean that it's for
what
fun?
is the benefits? Like having a longer sex time? Is that the benefit?
I'll send it to you.
I'm not trying to see there's no such it's not going to hurt me nor let me have any problems if I eat would just be vegan or just be a person who eats meat. I don't see the difference. You're just you're just using a certain kind of source for consumption and for certain needs that you want. How is that bad?
So I'm gonna send you something in your DM. So this is a ve- this is a fairly popular study. So
Uh-huh.
the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics says that vegetarian and vegan diets are healthful healthy for all stages of life and can even help prevent and treat chronic diseases. So do you have access to like food? Like I don't understand.
This is a diet. This is not living for your whole life. This is a diet. Where does it say that your whole life you live like this? You live like as a vegetarian or a vegan for your whole life, you're gonna be fine. No, it says diet. That's the point of a diet. You do it for a certain while, so you get like, for example, you want to get rid of fat. You know what? I'm super chumpy. I'll just do a diet and then come back
Okay,
to
yeah, but
normal.
we can talk about health. Like the reason why I
There's
brought that
nothing
up is
wrong with
because
being a
the
vegan.
reason
I'm
why
not
I brought
saying
that up
you're
is
listen.
because
I'm not saying
you
there's
acknowledge now
there's
that you can. Do you think that you can be healthy on a vegan diet?
for a certain while, yeah. For a certain time, yeah. But not your whole life. You need
I
pills, you need meds. Do you have that in the back time? No, you don't. Do you have it in like 1,400 years ago? I don't think so. Do you have that like kind of meds and stuff that would support you? No.
so
You need
anyways
like I just don't get it.
do you know that the animals that they inject supplements into them? So I don't really know what the argument with pills has to do with. They inject these animals with supplements,
And
and that's why they have like contain things like B12 and things like that.
yeah, other animals do like fish. I
So
just don't.
anyways
I still don't see like what's the point if you be vegan or not vegan. How does that make you a bad person?
nobody's saying that you're a bad person. We're saying that it is that it is morally Do you think it is morally obligatory to be vegan? Like, do you think it is
No,
like it is like the least you can do to in just your consumer choices?
you can make your own choice. That's out of your own risk. If you want to kill yourself, yeah, do that. That's you're throwing yourself to hell. If you don't have enough supplements, if for being a vegan, you can't support your life and you're actually
I
dying.
really the
Okay,
thing
that's a bad thing.
that do you think that can be debunked what I just sent you?
I'm not saying that will debunk it. I don't care if you're a vegan or not. You're not getting my point. If you're a vegan who can't live
Well, the
their life
scientists
normally
years of
and you're
science
actually
disagrees
no,
with you.
listen, and you're actually dying, this is killing yourself. You're literally killing yourself. You're letting yourself die because you think you're not even sure, you're not even confident. You think that animals is worth something. There's no such
I
problem with you
literally
being
just
a
sent you,
vegan. Listen,
dude. You
I
can't
don't care.
you
La
can't
hawla wa la
debate
quwwata illa billah.
science. Like
I don't listen. I don't care about science. I'm just saying you can do whatever you want. Did I say no? You can't be vegan. Did I say oh no, it's wrong? Oh no. Did I say oh Islam says haram? No. I just said if you want to, you can do it. If there is risk to it, you can do it. I've seen multiple vegan people. You literally just go on the internet. They're fucking skinny as hell. Like they're skeletons. You can be whatever you want. There's not a problem. But if you're trying to,
the
you're
science
trying to do
disagrees with
something
you.
and it's actually you're trying to do something and it actually hurts you, then that's when you stop. And for me, what I'm doing is not hurting
First of
me.
all, you just use something like there's a lot of people who eat animal products that are skinny too. There's a lot of people who eat animal products who are
Yeah.
fat. There's a lot of people who eat
And did
animal
I
products
did I say did I
that are
say that oh
muscular.
no
So
they shouldn't be listen did I say that oh no you know what it's okay to eat meat even if you're kind of like you're trying to kill yourself no
how I
if you're doing listen if you're getting like let's say you're eating meat or you're eating a certain like kind of diet and if it's hurting you you shouldn't be doing it like you're being too much fat because you're consuming a lot of stuff you should stop that you're too much skinny to a point where you're like a skeleton okay you should stop that you can be a vegan you could be a vegetarian you could be a normal human and eat meat there's not going to change anything it's not going to change anything in front of Allah you can be whatever you want I'm not saying that it's wrong there's benefits to it and there's cons to it there's no such difference. Even meat
so
diet, there's benefits,
you already
pros and
acknowledge
cons.
that
There's something.
you already acknowledge that animals can feel pain. So why do you think Allah would
Wha-
rather have us stabbing animals to death rather than doing that?
Are you gonna tell me now what God like have an opinion and what God thinks like? You're gonna deny my book that is saying, you know what, you can eat animals, just this, and that. You don't eat them. Are you gonna deny it and just say, well, Allah, your Allah is saying he doesn't like animals being killed because I already told you this life is worthless. It's nothing to Allah because if it had a certain worth, anything to Allah, He wouldn't let a simple disbeliever have a simple just a sip of water. But it's not worth anything to Allah. So what's the point of you trying to say, or you're inflicting pain on animals. You shouldn't be eating them. It's
So
animals are not like humans. There you go.
do you think it comes to your conscience when okay, so we acknowledge that there is nothing in Islam that says that you can be vegan. Like eating animal products isn't a mandation in Islam. So
No,
why do
you're
it?
not
Like it comes to your
obliged
conscience.
to eat only, meat and just don't eat plants. Or you know what, you can't just leave meat and then just eat plant. It doesn't say that. Where does it say
Because
that?
you
Where does it
acknowledge
state that?
that
State
it can
that?
feel pain. So why do it?
What I already told you, the animals are not worth anything to Allah. We are not worth anything to Allah. Nothing in this life is worth anything to Allah. Nothing. Not in this simple. This life is nothing in front
So
of
do you think
Allah.
he just put animals on this earth just so we can torture them and we can torment them?
Where does it say we're torturing them? We're using them as a source of food. This is
We
for
are
us.
torturing them. That's
We're
I'm not
not
gonna
torturing them. We're
that's
using them as a
not
source of food. You need them for protein. You need them for other stuff. And Allahu A'lam what it
where do
is.
you think that the animals get their protein? Do you think they just eat air? I don't know what you think they eat.
No, they eat sources out of plants. It's like a
Yeah,
cycle.
exactly. So plants have protein. That's literally where protein comes from.
But
They're not just born with protein.
there's differences between this species and that species. They're not the same.
Okay, so why do you think it's so you brought up the thing about horses. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I don't think Islam says anything about cats or dogs. So why is it different to stab a cat to death than it is to stab a cow to death?
Where
I don't
did
get
wait,
it.
wait, what? You don't know that it's a sunnah from the like Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said to take a cat and take care of it? That's from the sunnah. You don't know about that?
Okay, well let's
Like
use dogs. Does it say anything about dogs?
the yeah, dogs are najis. It's a najis. It's a bad thing. You shouldn't have them inside of your house. You can have them as guards. Yeah, it doesn't say that you can just stab one right away. No, it just says that it's a najis. You shouldn't have it inside of your house. It would kick out the angels. You just have them outside, like you have a garden. You take it, you put it there. You build it a simple house. You give it food. You give it water. There's nothing wrong with it. Where does it state that you know what you can stab them and stab the cats? You know what you can do whatever you want. No, you're being weird. You're being odd. You're being like a psycho. I don't get it.
What does
Where do you
psycho mean
get
to you?
that?
What does psycho mean to you?
What? What do you mean? Are we shifting like topics or what? I don't get it.
Do you think it is psychopathic to stab someone to death?
Probably. I don't know.
So why is it? And that's exactly what we do to these animals. So
You
why
have
do
a reason. A psycho wouldn't do it just for fun. They would do it for fun. We wouldn't do it for fun. We would eat it. We wouldn't just leave it go to waste. We would eat it. We would use it for our consumption. If I'm benefiting,
if you don't
listen,
buy
if
it,
I'm
then you're not
benefiting
gonna have to let it
from
go to
that,
waste
listen,
at all.
if I'm benefiting from that, right, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm eating it. I'm consuming it. I'm actually growing from it. I'm using it. Is there something wrong with it? No.
Okay, so why do you can you repeat what you said again?
I said if I'm benefiting from the certain source, why not
You
just
can
use it?
benefit from any source. You can benefit from eating
Yeah, and I say
like
you can be a vegan. There's nothing wrong with being a vegan. You can be a vegan. You can do whatever you want. I just want this certain kind of thing because it tastes good. Meat tastes good. There's nothing wrong with it. Is there something wrong with it? No. Plants could taste good. And I like some certain, like, let's say fruits, like apple. I like strawberry. They taste good. I eat them. I gain something out of it.
some people think that some people think that humans taste good. Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't think humans can taste good. Is there something wrong with that? I know some people
Taste
don't
good,
like
well, taste
fish.
is
Others don't
subjective.
like
So
meat. Yeah, but you're saying okay, like for example, vegans don't like meat. Well, are they weirdos? No, they don't. They're not weirdos. They just don't like a certain kind of thing. Does that make them weird? And you know what? They shouldn't be like this. And you know what? They're just eating plants. Oh, they're not following a law. No. If you don't like a certain thing, that doesn't mean you know what you're obliged to do it. No. If I don't like meat, I just wouldn't eat meat. If I don't like plants, I just wouldn't eat plants. But
but
I'm
it isn't
benefiting
about
something
you.
out of it.
This is about them. Like these are victims of murder. Like I
You're
don't know
not
why
getting it.
why you
There's
think it's
differences
selfish.
between a murdering a person, a human, and killing an animal. Because I said an animal is not like a human, and this is explained a lot in the Quran and explained by multiple people, and even the Prophet himself explained it. He himself eats, like let's say for example, he eats chicken. He's a prophet from God, and he eats chicken. Why would God send a prophet that would eat chicken or kill animals? Because this life is not worth anything. This life that we're living in, this earth, the solar system, the universe that we're in, is not worth anything to Allah.
Are
So
you
what's
gonna
the
base
point?
everything you do off of one person?
Yes, he's the prophet. He's a messenger of God. Allah said, "Ati'u Allah wa Rasulah," which means obey Allah and
Okay,
His
so let's say
messenger.
that let's say that someone was
You're
following
okay. Don't
a god.
compare. Listen, don't compare a messenger that is forbidden for him to make mistakes and come to another person that is a normal human being that makes sins. There's big differences. There's so much differences that you
But this
cannot explicitly just say what.
but
Yeah,
but
no.
but
Like a
compared
normal
is
human
that
just comes and.
meaning is
Mhm.
subjective. there's
I
some
don't care
people
about
who
subjective or
worship other
objective. That
people.
doesn't change anything. In Islam, there's no such thing as objective and subjective. This is a
Some
messenger of Allah.
some
He's
people worship
forbidden for him
other
to do
things that are not
mistakes.
religious figures. Like some people
I
worship
don't care about the other
celebrities.
worshippers. I'm saying my religion.
Like
My
if a
religion. I'm not talking.
celebrity, okay, so let's say someone was following a celebrity who was someone was following a
But you're
celebrity.
comparing somebody that it doesn't make sense to others that make sense. You're
Do
comparing
you
someone
not
that is
think that
sent.
people
To,
value different people
uh,
differently? I don't
um,
understand.
yes, there's different values between people. It is faith. The difference
That's
between
subjective.
us, me and you, is faith. No, it's. What do you mean it's subjective?
Did you not know that some
If
people
I
value others
listen
more
in
than
the
you?
eyes of Allah,
That
wait,
is
wait,
objective value.
wait. In the eyes of God, would you want like let's say, if God sees a person who disobey Him, would you think that he's closer or like he's the same person as the one who obeys Him in the same level? No, they're not. That's why there's hell and heaven. Why are you comparing a messenger that is blessed from Allah to another human being that just is so famous and everyone, oh, you know what? He's so cool. He's so everything. He makes music. He makes people happy. We should follow him. No, this is a normal human that makes sense. And this is a prophet from God, a messenger that doesn't make sense. There's a whole different thing. It even explicitly says it in the Quran. أطيعوا الله ورسوله. It means obey Allah and His Prophet. And the Prophet used to eat chicken. It literally is like this hadith. It literally just says he eats chicken. It just says that. So in that case, we just okay. We use
Okay, he does
qiyas
it, but
measurement.
it isn't obligatory to be a Muslim. You don't have to do that to do it.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it. There's nothing wrong with not doing it. He just
Yes,
said that
so
he
it just
eats
comes up
chicken.
to your conscience.
Wait, did it say? Wait,
And
does it
you
say
don't
that?
have
Oh,
to
you know
do that.
what? You have to eat animals. You can't stop eating animals. No, it just said he eats chicken. Where did it say
Do
that?
you
Oh, you know
think
what?
there's vegans who are Muslim?
Probably. I'm not sure. I've never met one.
Okay, so why not be like them? Like, just like
Why?
so
Why would I want to be like them? If meat
yeah,
tastes
sure.
good
Like
and if it's permissible, that's
they eat
it. If
chicken,
it's like saying, you know what? Why marrying a person? Because I want to
so
be
you
with the
have
love of
two
my
options.
life.
So why not just not? Why just not?
Because what if it was permissible? If it was permissible, why not just do it? There's nothing wrong with it.
There is something wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it. Wait, what are you basing off this? I'm basing it out of my religion, out of my God, Allah. Allah, your God and my God, that Ahad, Al Ahad, the one. He's the one who set rules, not you. You're a human. You're nothing compared to God. If you say,
Okay,
oh, you know
so
what, killing an animal is wrong, I say, oh wait, Allah says you can kill them and you can eat them.
then
So
why
you're
are
gonna
there vegan
disobey
Muslims?
God and then you're gonna what? Sorry?
Why are there vegan Muslims?
I don't know. They just don't like eating animals. Is there something wrong with that? No. Does it
So
state
you
anything
acknowledge
about
that you
being
have
a
two
vegan?
choices.
No, you can be a vegan.
So you acknowledge that you have two choices. So why do you keep on choosing to hurt others?
Because I'm not hurting them again. They're not feeling pain the same way we feel again, and they're nothing worth to Allah again, and they're less more favored than a human. It even states أنكر الأصوات لصوت الحمير. The worst sounds are the sound of a donkey. So you shouldn't be like, let's say, like being like a donkey, or like trying to be an animal. You shouldn't be, because they're way less worth than a human.
You're
There's
basing this
nothing.
off
There's
values
no,
about like values.
yes. If I was a normal person who follows Allah, and then I see another person who doesn't follow Allah, there's gonna be differences between us. And I'm not saying, you know what, he's black, I'm white, I'm better than him. No, I'm saying I have more faith than him. That means I'm better than him in front of the eyes of Allah. I'm not like, there's no such differences between you or me, but there's differences between me and animal. There's so much differences.
But there's no
I can
traits that are
calculate.
different from me.
I
There's no
can
traits other
calculate. I
than
have dreams. I have goals. I understand the message. I acknowledge
okay. So
languages.
let me tell
I
you.
don't just go ahead and randomly fuck a male like me because I know
But,
it's wrong. You shouldn't be putting your penis inside of an anus.
okay, so So I asked you this like earlier, but like in a very vague way. But I'm just gonna ask you the question fully here. What are the
All right.
traits that are true of humans animals that animals lack that justifies just like murdering them, like stabbing them and turning them into sandwiches. So or just into anything. Like what justifies doing
You
that to
want
them?
verses?
What is the trait that is true of humans lacking in animals
What
that
do you mean by
justifies
that?
doing that to them?
Wait, could you elaborate more?
What okay, let me
About what
say it
you
one more
mean by
time.
that?
What is the
Could you
trait that is in humans that animals lack that justifies just stabbing them to death for food or anything like that? What is the trait?
example? You can be a Muslim and you understand the message of God. Can animals understand the message of God? No. There you go.
Okay, so there's some people
That's a simple thing.
there's some people who are human and don't understand the message of God. So
Yeah, and in that case, they're forgiven. I don't see the point. You don't know about that. If you're mentally ill, like you have a Down syndrome or you have a certain kind of medical issue, you can't understand the message, and you're not in your consciousness anymore. You'd be forgiven because you can't understand the message. Same thing with animals. When they die, they're not gonna burn in hell or go to like paradise for just some odd reason. Oh, you know what? Because they're animals, or they did this, or they did that. No, they're not gonna be judged. They're not like us. And the thing is, animals in this life are different than the animals that are going to be in paradise. They're way different. Everything is
wait,
different. You're
do you
just
think that
what?
do you think that that do you think that like domesticated animals can understand the message of God?
No, no such animals can understand the word of God or the message of God.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you something. I actually want to see if what you're saying is valid. You said that in the Quran it says that we you can't I guess you can kill like cats or dogs. So where does it say that?
Wait, what? Says what? You can't kill dogs or cats?
Yeah, where does it say in Islam that you can't do that?
Okay, where does it say that you can kill dogs or cat? That's what I'm gonna ask you.
So okay, yeah, so there isn't anything stopping you or making you do that. So I'm
Okay,
gonna go back to
I'm
what I was saying.
yeah, okay. I guess if you like that, all right, I'm gonna give you like a simple example. Do you think an animal is alive or no?
Yeah,
All right, there you go. You can't kill an innocent life because if you kill an innocent life, you kill like the whole humankind.
they are innocent. Well, what do you mean? What did they do?
If you're killing an innocent life like a human life,
Why is it any different?
okay, you know what? This is not working for you. You're not gonna understand the measurement. I'm just gonna give you another verse. All right, for example, there you go. This is an example upon the bird, which is basically every single animal, because we say something is called qiyas, measurement. So, as Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, any human who kills a bird, فَمَا فَوْقَهَا مِنْ حَقَّهَا إِلَّا سَأَلَهُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ, which means that Allah will Himself will ask him upon why did you kill that bird. That's a hadith. That's an authentic hadith. And if you kill an animal like an ant, and I'm not joking, if you kill an ant, even by accident, you make repentance. An ant, not a bug, not a cat, not an ant. You get my meaning? You get
So
it now?
yeah, okay, yeah,
All right, there you go.
uh, s- s- since we already acknowledged that there is nothing
Hmm.
that stops you from like being vegan in Islam,
Yeah, yeah,
then
and
what do you
there's
think it
nothing that's
comes from? You
stopping
don't
me
think
than
that it
just
comes from
being
the
a
content.
person who eats meat. Is there
You don't
something
think it
stopping me
comes to
from
your
that?
conscience.
No.
So what does it come to then?
But I have to explain this again. This life is not worth anything to Allah, and Allah has made it permissible to eat certain kind of animals.
If you're gonna use
I'm
that
just gonna
logic,
eat
then
them
there's
because
literally nothing stopping us from stabbing each other to death.
eat.
What do you mean that
No, there is
there is
logic. There
nothing?
is logic because the normal human is not like an animal. Oh my God, do I have to explain this all over again? A human life is not like an animal life. If you don't like my belief, that doesn't mean that you're right and I'm wrong. I
It
don't
is
get
wrong
what you're
because it is
arguing
wrong
over
to
this.
it is wrong to kill innocents who did not do anything.
You're diff. Your measurement is wrong. Your qiyas is wrong. You're giving an interpretation out of a verse in a wrong way.
But you didn't. Well, why did you not think-
Sorry, pardon.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that again? I'm sorry. Didn't hear it.
Why do you agree that there's nothing stopping us? If there's
Allah.
why do you think that there's what do you think it comes to then?
All right. Do you like eating plants?
Yeah.
Okay, I like eating meats. There you go. That's my answer. I just like eating meat, and it's permissible. There's nothing wrong with it. I can just stop whenever I want, but I'm just gonna eat it because I like it. The same thing with getting perfume. You like this kind of perfume. You don't like the other kind of perfume. Take this one because this one smells good. Same thing here. Meat taste for me tastes better than just most plants or most fruits or most like anything else. I think meat is really good. That's
But
my answer. There you go.
why think of yourself before the victims?
They're not a victim. They're animals. Already explained to you that the animals are different than humans. Do I have to repeat that all over again?
No, what you need to repeat is the
Yeah.
so if you think that there isn't a human, then why are you invalidating what I'm saying about cats and dogs?
Wait, what?
Why are you invalidating what I'm saying about cats and dogs?
Because you can't kill them. It's not it's prohibited. It's haram. Can't do it. And
Okay, so
already give you
so I'm sure that's not even true. I don't think that anywhere in Islam it says that it is halal to kill a dog. From what you said to me, it just seems like
yeah.
it is
And I
probably
gave
not
you
the
an
best.
authentic hadith that says
Can
if you
we
kill
make
a
that?
bird, listen, if you kill a bird, Allah will ask you about that bird. And we use measurements, which is called a qiyas. With that qiyas, and within the companions of Prophet Muhammad, and within the interpretation of the hadith, you cannot even kill an ant for no reason. And in measurements with the qiyas, because Allah stated in the Quran that you can't eat an an'am, certain kind of animals that are permissible, that are clean, not like pigs, right? They're clean, they eat well. You can eat them for your consumption. And I gave you proof that you cannot kill a dog or an animal. I mean,
So
sorry, a cat or a dog.
this entire discourse right now, it just seems like you're appealing to authority. I don't think that.
Authority?
Yeah,
What did I say
just
authority? I
like
just
someone.
literally gave you an authentic hadith from Islam. This is the Prophet, our messenger. He said that you cannot kill a bird because if you kill a bird, that means
We acknowledge that there are
Allah will ask you, Allah, the creator, in the day of judgment will ask you about it. Like, where's the authority part? Where did I say, well, you know what, because of law and everything? I didn't say the law. The law is nothing. The only law that will be implemented and is supposed to be implemented upon countries is the law of Islam, the law of Allah, the law of the Prophet, the ones that was given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We follow that. And what does it state? It states that you cannot even kill a bird. We use measurements. In that case, you cannot kill even an ant. An ant. The one that you cannot even see. Most of the times you cannot even see. You wouldn't even acknowledge it if you kill it by accident. You have to make repentance. How is that cruel? How is that killing? Like, if you're not using them for food, which is most cases, you're not going to use an ant for food. You're gonna be asked from Allah, why did you kill that ant? Yeah, now I don't know what to tell you. I already gave you like it literally states that in the Quran and in the Sunnah, and most authentic, like the most authentic hadiths from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You say you can't even kill like a bird, like I don't even get it, bro. Like I don't know why you're trying to convince me upon something that is not even wrong.
Then really do not know how to respond to it. Just like up to you. Like
Yeah, and that's up to me because it's permissible. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not killing just like a human life, like the one that you apparently think that an animal is as valuable as a human, which is really wrong. You shouldn't be thinking that way. But I guess it's your mind. I don't
why
do the same
shouldn't I
thing.
be thinking that way? I
Yeah,
have
because
insulted. I
because
haven't insulted.
Allah has favored you. Allah
I
has
haven't
gave you the
questioned your
brain.
religion one
Allah
time. You agree?
has gave you a lot of things that are way more different than an animal. He made you speak and understand the person in front of you. He made you have a tongue, the tongue that can speak out
I'm
the
not
things that are
religious.
inside of your brain that you're thinking about. The
I'm
words
not.
I'm thinking about in my brain is getting out. What I'm talking right now is getting out. You're not as stupid as a cow. You're not as stupid as a donkey. You're not as stupid as a lion.
Okay, so let me
You can
argue for myself.
understand.
Yeah, I.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm not. Personally, I'm not religious, but so
Yeah,
to
I know.
myself, I don't think that there's any traits
Yeah, that's
different
your
from like
opinion.
me that from animals that like justifies doing that to them
All right, yeah.
because I'm not religious. Like I don't have these. I don't. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just do it because someone else does it.
Okay. Mhm. Is that all?
It's up to. It's like up to you.
Yeah.
there's no reason
So
to do that to them.
yeah, and there's no reason for me not eating meat. I mean, there is a reason for me to eat
So
meat because it
yeah,
tastes good.
you agree that it comes up
No,
to your
no, no.
consciousness.
There is
It's
a
just
reason for me to
it's
eat meat.
confusing to your logic.
There's a reason for me to eat meat because it tastes good because I'm benefiting something out of it. It's so much nice, especially to eat with your parents. You know, you're
It's
having a good
ultimately
dine.
your decision. So it is ultimately your decision. So
Yeah, that's my
why do you?
decision. I want that. That is my choice.
Well,
Is there
no,
something
it's not
wrong with
your
it?
decision because it's the animals don't have a decision.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
don't
want to
have
be
a
put in the
choice. That's what I
slaughterhouses.
explained to you. There's differences between
It
they
is
don't they
ultimately
don't even
your
know
decision.
that
So why do you choose to
they don't
kill
even
them?
know how to choose. There's not even a part of them. There's a difference between us and animals, and it even explicitly says it in the Quran. And nasliya, ever heard of that word? And nasliya, it's a part of the brain where you have a choice to decide yes or no. They're two choices. They're different from animals. In our religion, it separates a human than an animal, and it favors the human more than an animal. You don't like that? That's not your problem, nor my problem.
Wait,
You
I
just
mean,
it's just your opinion. How is my opinion wrong and your opinion is right? On what basis? Because you think that you're hurting an animal? And how do you know that animal already has a consciousness and thinks like us and have dreams and trying to achieve goals when it cannot even understand and speak? How do you just get this out of random thin air and just think, you know what? They have dreams. You know what? They can speak. You know what? They're like us. Where do you get this information from? Because they live? So do plants live. They can breathe. They have like like I don't get it. They eat. They get from the dirt. Their sources. Their water. They're just like a living human thing, or like a living thing. Just like animals, they eat and they breathe. Plants do that. They eat and they breathe. On what basis do you think that the plants are way more less valuable than an animal? You shouldn't be eating at this point. You shouldn't be consuming anything at this point. You shouldn't be vegan. You should be just dead. You should by this moment you shouldn't be eating anything and you die.
wait, can I just real quick?
Go
Mark, are
ahead.
you still there?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's gone.
yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, wait, never mind. He's
Okay.
here.
Um, You were saying, Fabe,
Yeah.
you were saying
Uh-huh.
that do you think that they you said that they could because they could dream? Like I don't there's some people who don't dream, so like
No, no, I'm saying not saying a dream like, like as having a certain thing. I'm saying like dreams, like it goals to achieve, like a certain thing to do in a day. Like let's say I want to be a doctor, I want
there's
to
some
be
people
this.
who are severely mentally disabled
And I
and I'm
said
not
they're not like they're not like animals. Allah will forgive them. There's a special case in humanity.
why
But
do
they're
the
still
animals not get
humans.
forgiveness?
What?
Why do the animals not get forgiveness? No, they didn't even
Because
do.
they're not even like humans. They're different. Oh,
Yeah, I
let's
know
say you
they're
have a
different. I'm
pet.
not saying
You
they're
have a
not.
pet in real
I'm
life. Let's
just
say you
saying
have a
that
cat.
listen,
Your
listen.
cat
That
in heaven will be different. By the way, your cat will be in heaven. Most animals, and from my
I know
knowledge, they're gonna be in
aren't
heaven.
what I'm trying to say that is that there's nothing like significantly different about us that justifies doing that to them.
Okay, okay. Can you tell me what's the difference between a human and an animal?
Intelligence, obviously,
Uh huh.
but that's not something that justifies that
Okay,
justifies
okay. Can you tell me the differences between a plant and an animal?
sentience. Do you know what
Okay.
sentience is?
Uh, no. Could you elaborate that to me, please?
Sentience is do you think plants can feel pain?
Al-ilmu
Do you think
lillah, I think so, because I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I've seen a video that states that, oh, there's a voice when they cut
they
off.
don't
And
have
I mean,
brains?
they don't have brains, yeah, but that doesn't mean they cannot feel pain. There's got to be a certain thing about it.
They
There's
don't
like
have
studies and there's
they
videos.
don't
There
have
explains
I
that
don't think
there's a certain thing and there's a way for them to live. Like they follow the light of the sun
so. Do you I have a
when they're
question. Do you think
growing.
that
There
do
there's
you know that
there's a certain
would you
pattern.
agree that do you know what the concept of intelligence is?
No, what is this question? We're getting into science too deep in it.
Do you think that a computer is more intelligent? Do you know what plants rely on to survive? To like defend themselves from like being plucked or
All right,
whatever.
one by one, because I'm getting a lot of questions. Like you're saying
Do
computer,
you
and then you switched to another question, just one by one.
because I was gonna ask you something else, but um
Oh yeah.
do you think that do you know how plants defend themselves from something like trying to be plucked or whatever? That is
Yeah,
intelligence, right?
probably, yeah, I think so. If you define it
And
that way, I
computers
guess.
are intelligent, but are computers sentient? No, I don't think so. They
You're
computers
you're
can't feel
you're
pain. They
making
don't know what
something that is
emotion is.
made out of okay, you're making like a hole, like a huge hole inside of that, because this is made from human and this is made from God. A human cannot make a life. You get my point? Give me a moment. My
No, I
dad is
don't get your
calling. Just give
point.
me a moment.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you
By
were
the way, I
saying
only
that
got like have 5 minutes, so you gotta hurry up a bit so I can go. I have something to do.
what were we saying again? We were saying that
I said I uh huh. Could you repeat that again?
what were you saying again? Your point?
My point of what? Kind of forgot the conversation. I was talking to my dad a bit. He needed me for something. I have like 5 minutes. So
So you were saying that
yeah,
so since we're running out of time here,
yeah.
do you think that yeah, what I was saying I remember what I said now. So why do you think that you said that it is possible that plants could feel pain, right?
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
All right, so and you think and Allah made plants, right? So what do you think Allah just put everything on earth to feel pain? Why did he just put everything on
I
earth to
don't
feel
think
pain?
so. I don't think he explained that.
I don't think animals feel pain because then that means that why do you think Do you think he likes the? Do you think he likes suffering? I don't
Why
think
do
so.
why do you say stuff about Allah when you're not even religious? You don't even know Allah. Like you're just saying bases out of your thought about God. You're thinking that God is something, and you're asking me questions about God. How can I define God when literally God is like? How can I explain
I
that? A
don't
human
think
cannot
that.
explain God. You
I
can't
don't
just
think
randomly
all
just
plants
explain
feel pain
God.
suffer. I don't think plants feel pain. They just don't feel pain. There's a difference
Yeah,
between
and why do you think suffering is a bad thing? Or not? Let's not suffering, but pain. When, on what terms do you think that pain is a bad thing? Because we all feel pain in that terms of what Allah and the God is so unmerciful and he's so torture he just tortures
Did
people.
you just really ask me
On
why
what basis?
pain is a bad thing?
What, sorry?
Did you say why is pain a bad thing?
Yeah, on what basis do you think pain is a bad thing?
So using the logic, you can
Wait,
literally start killing
no,
each other
wait.
and you
So
start.
because you don't like it, that means
Do
it's
you
bad.
think that
It's bad, right?
there's no bad things or good things? I don't like
On what?
which things are
Wait.
good.
On what standards do you say that it's a good thing or a bad thing? Because you just don't like it, that means it's not good. What if
What?
I like? Okay, let's say. Wait. What if I like? I wasn't religious, and I didn't follow my religion, or that I followed my religion. I just eat animals, and I think you know what? I got pain. It's a bad thing, but I think eating animals is okay.
Can you tell me when
And
you're
then
about to
what?
like when do you leave?
What?
When do you leave?
I'm gonna be leave like at 3 minutes or something. Yeah, 3 minutes.
So well, since
Three,
we're
four
running out of time
minutes.
here, I don't think there's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share something with you. I'll send it to you in your DMs.
Okay.
Anyways, I really, it's just, it's up to you. Like, I don't really want to like continue, just like going around circles. I'm just gonna, like, it's really up to you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I, are you gonna the next time? Are you gonna?
Pardon?
There is nothing like different about it. So like, we shouldn't do that to them because you said. Do you agree that we
Yeah.
should? Do you agree with saying treat others how you want to be treated? And do you think
Treat
animals are even
others.
others?
How do you want to be treated? What do you mean by treat others by how you like being treated? It's like
Wait, do you
because
agree
like
with the
we have
saying that you
the
should treat others how you want to be treated?
if we have like a statement in Islam that says love love for others what you love for yourself. So if you love being treated good, you should treat others good.